I spread my butt cheeks as Mike Honcho.
You're welcome. You weren't expecting that, were you? Well, I got to be honest, guys. Neither was I. Neither was I. I was like, I, I got to be honest, guys. It's way too hot in my house right now. We're at that point in Colorado where it's really cold in the morning, then it starts to warm up. But then the past, say, few days, it's been chilly. It's been in like the 50s. So my wife's been having the heat on, and I don't like heat. I prefer to be cold. It's easier to get warm if you're cold versus it's harder to cool off if you're hot. Okay. Even though I'm in the basement doing this show, I'm sweating and wipe off my brow. Not because I'm working hard. No, no, that's adorable. Not at all. Not at all. It's because it's too fucking hot in here. My wife has the heat. Oh, the heat's on. Don't like it one bit. And then I don't know why I played this soundbite.
I spread my butt cheeks as Mike Honcho.
You guys just want me to tell the story of the time when I was almost in a porno, okay? I was, okay? I was solicited. I said no, and it would have been a solo film. Yes, it would have been. This is no joke, because apparently Colorado, at least in the early 2000s, was a very big hotspot for making adult films. And yeah, like the lady, she didn't have a cigarette, but she wanted to smoke when she was soliciting me for this. And she's like, looks me up and down. This is when I was skinnier. And she's just like, it'd be a solo film, 3 to 5 hours shoot. She didn't sound like that at all. She didn't. That's so stupid. Are you going to finish the story or not? I'm getting all hot and bothered over here. Keep going. Okay, Connie, sorry. She's like, it'd be a solo film, 3 to 5 hour shoot. And we'd supply the Viagra. And I'm like, by the way, that was like the selling point. That was like, ooh, super big cherry on top. I'm like, hold on. I go home and tell my wife, and she's like, for how much? I said, it was like either $300 or $500. Those are the numbers that are in my head. It was something like that. And she's like, you going to do it? We could use the money. I'm like, no, it's 3 to 5 hours by myself. Then you start thinking, be like, what the hell am I going to do to myself for 3 to 5 hours? What am I going to do to myself for more than 10 minutes? No. And then your mind wanders, and then you just get sick, and then you got to go take a shower. And you're like, they almost made me do things in my bottom. Anyway, wow. And you thought yesterday's show was bad. Jesus Christ. Yesterday's show was good. Fantastic, actually. It was one of my favorite shows I've ever done. But it made me think that I have something like there's multiple screws loose in my head, because I am laughing at the characters as they say things, because I write down bullet points for miscellaneous jokes or pathways to jokes. So when they say things, which is weird for me to say that, it's almost like my brain is divided into two sections, characters and then me. So when they say something and I'm laughing at it, it's because I didn't see it coming. Isn't that weird? Does that mean I need to be on medicine? Do I need to be in a padded room? Is that what we learned by yesterday's show? Is that going to be used as evidence against me one day? They'll be like, let's listen to episode, what is it, 843? The one where Taylor Swift sings a song about Travis Kelce's dick. That one? Yes, bring that up. And then they're like, me laughing at jokes that are being said by me. But it's like extreme laughter. And I'm like totally shocked about what just happened. Like, yeah, he's crazy. That dude's crazy. Shit be crazy. Anyway, guys, we got a great show coming your way. Cannot wait. Make sure you hit the review button. If you can give it a nice review, give it 5 stars. If it's 5 out of 5 type of thing. If you're able to write something, that's great. Whether it's interaction with the show on a episode or the show in general, that's great. Helps with the algorithm. But any way you can interact is great. I know Carl the other day just it took me a minute. I was just like, oh, he's just writing something funny, just something random. He said, "Big gulps, huh?" All right. Well, see you later. That's what he wrote on Spotify. I like it. It helps. Trust me. As silly as that is, it does. Which, by the way, tomorrow we're going to get more into the comments left on whether it's Spotify, Twitter, Facebook, etc. So if you want to interact with the show, go ahead and do that now. Or you can hit me up on email, DeHuffPodcast@gmail.com, or get me on socials at DeHuffPodcast. Don't forget, today's show is brought to you by Delete Me. Go check them out at joindeleteme.com/hit. I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. But right now, what we need to do is jump into headlines.
Let's go! Let's go!
And now, here are the headlines.
Hold on, I forgot to get the soundbite.
Are we in Florida?
No, Dwayne, we're not in Florida.
Are we in Florida?
I just fucking told you, Dwayne Johnson, we're not in Florida. Son of a bitch. Son of a gun. Go play with your smashing machine. I bet they make a porno that's spin-off of Smashing Machine. Might be Smashing the Bean. Oh, okay. I like it. Guys, I could be a writer. I could be a writer for porn. Anybody that needs help with their OnlyFans, if you want to step up your game, let me know. I'll be your creative director. I laugh, but I'm telling the truth. So, Scott, how's work going? It's good. Podcast is going great, and I'm a creative director. Oh, you're for what? Oh, an OnlyFans account. Actually, I could do multiple. Guys, I could have a stable of I was gonna say whores, but that's not politically correct. I think it's perfectly fine to say whores. Anyway, okay, I know you would say that. I could be like an overseer of multiple OnlyFans accounts. And does that make me a pimp? I want to be a pimp. That's great. Come up with content ideas. There you go. I need to put that on my LinkedIn. Looking for work. Willing to be a OnlyFans producer. My wife would be so proud. How was work? Well, it was hard, I'll tell you that much. Ayo! Anyway, yes, Florida. A Florida bar live streams its customers' activity. They have a camera in the bar pointed at all the customers, and it live streams out. And it's apparently a hit because there's a bunch of weirdos at home that are watching it like nonstop. Who's watching that shit? Antisocial people that are thinking about making a skin, jumpsuit or a skin lampshade, stuff like that. Serial killers is what I'm getting at, folks. I don't know if I like this idea. If I'm drinking at a bar and I know that they have a live stream video, it's going to make me, act a little bit better, probably. So I guess that's a positive. But that might also take out the fun. Like every time I say something stupid or do something stupid, crazy, take off my shirt. I have the fellas, write, things on my, around on my chest, stuff like that, typical bar stuff. And then I look up in the camera and I'm like, I just feel shameful now. I do. But it just makes you wonder, like, who the fuck is watching this shit? But I also was thinking it's all fun and games to be at a bar or to be watching this bar stream especially watching it, because could you imagine you're watching it and you're like, oh, let's check this out. And then you see a coworker, a manager, a neighbor, a teacher, your significant other, something like that. You see, like, is that, holy crap, that's Lloyd. I know that guy. That's Lloyd. And he's sitting there in the back corner of the bar, tucking his nuts back, kind of doing a little sway. And he's, quoting Silence of the Lambs. I'd fuck me. That's what he's doing. All that so he can get free shots of tequila. Okay? Listen, the writing's on the wall. That's the path you're going down. It's all fun and games. Hey, Lloyd, how's it going? Watched any good movies lately, like Silence of the Lambs? I'd fuck me. That's from that movie, right? Where Wild Bill tucks his junk behind his, and he's like, they show it, and he's just like, I'd fuck me. You guys are going to say that. You're going to go into the restroom today to wash your hands, and you're going to look up at yourself in the mirror, and you're going to go, I'd fuck me. You will, you dirty little bastard. Hey, you've heard the phrase "fuck around and find out." Well, you can fuck around and find out in a very creepy way. The oldest and most haunted hotel in Las Vegas. Ooh, Las Vegas hauntings might be a little creepy. Okay, but anyway, the hotel's called El Cortez Hotel and Casino. It's been around since like 1941. They're offering one person $5,000 to investigate potential paranormal activity at their location, which is great publicity. Great publicity. They're doing this until October 31st. The actual investigation, they're basically taking applications between now and the 31st, and then they'll do the actual investigation in December. But they'll choose somebody. They'll give you equipment. You'll document everything. And I guess, no matter what, you win $5,000 unless there's fine print that says if you don't have any sort of evidence, you don't get it. I don't know if I would want to do that. That seems a little too creepy. There was a point in time when I used to do that with a radio station. But that being said, I never encountered anything that I couldn't explain. Everything was just like, dude, that's nonsense. Come on, Jesus Christ. It's the wind blowing outside. And they're like, that's the ghost of so-and-so. I'm like, no. The bushes on the other side of the street and the trees are bending. They're like, I'm like, oh my God, you can't win with some of these people. Not everything is a ghost. Sometimes, like, you hear banging in your house, guess what it might be? It might be because your fucking heat's on. Huh? Talking to my wife. And sometimes the metal will expand, or if you have the cooling on, it might contract, type of thing, and it can make pop noises, right? It's aluminum, what that shit is. And it's not a ghost. Okay, most of the time, there's an explanation. Unless you see some weird ghost in the corner that looks just like Connery DeHuff, cranking one out. What? I did that one goddamn time. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, it's burned in my mind. God. You guys are fighting. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it when Mama and Daddy get mad at each other. I'm sorry, cowboy. Sorry. Would you guys do that? Stay at a haunted hotel all by yourself that they claim is super, haunted? I think nowadays with technology, they could fake this shit so easily. But kind of like I was saying before, this is great advertising for this hotel that nobody really, nobody ever talks about this. This is off the old strip, the old Vegas strip off of, Fremont Street. Okay. It's been around forever. What a great way to boost activity of people walking through your doors to get a room is say, ooh, it's super haunted. And there's a bunch of weirdos out there that would like that. My thing is, I'm hesitant to do that because what if it's real? When I did the investigations for the radio station with Scott Hastings, I didn't have a kid. Now I got 2 kids. So now it worries me that, like, if there is something there, what if it attached itself to me and then came home? And now it's not just affecting me. It's affecting my wife. It's affecting my kids. It's affecting our animals. I don't like that. I'm going to lean on the side of caution. I'm going to not fuck around and find out, to circle back to the opening line. This old school hotel, by the way, was known to, house murderers, mobsters, and apparently there's a bunch of paranormal activity there that people have claimed they've encountered. I bet there's a lot of ghost whores there. Connery, you can't call them that. We just talked about this. You call them sex workers, okay? Oh, I'm sorry. My mistake. I bet there's ghost sex workers there. I mean, those whores were everywhere in Vegas. There still are. God damn it. You're a lost cause, Connery. Hey, speaking of whores. No, you already, no, nuh-uh. No, you already did that joke. By the way, $5,000, if you win $5,000 in Vegas, that's not going to last very long. Everything is just so expensive out in Vegas. I don't like Vegas anymore. It's just not that fun. I have kids. I have a wife. I don't need to go there and get liquored up and do nonsense. But the prostitutes are great. Listen, those ladies work hard. They do. Noisy TV commercials were banned in California on Monday of this week with a new law that demands pitchmen turn down the volume on their commercials. I love this. I think this is great. It's something that should be established not necessarily by the states, but that should be a requirement by the networks. When you submit your commercial for air, say the volume needs to be between this level and that level. That's it. Easy fix. This is the state having to get involved because the networks like Netflix, ABC, CBS, all these networks, everything, they're just being lazy or just not even thinking about it. They're just collecting the cash. So good. I like it. But there's two reasons for loud commercials. Because it's annoying. You get the perfect level. You're watching a movie. Then it goes to commercial. And then the volume skyrockets. And it's like a commercial about Metamucil or, some dick drug that you need to take that could potentially make you bleed out of your anus. Stuff like that. Which, by the way, those drug commercials are wild. Do you suffer from restless leg syndrome? Yeah, I do. Okay. Well, take this pill. It'll help you potentially. Then they go through all these side effects. Possible side effects are bleeding out of your eyes, itchy anus, death. You're like, whoa, is it really that worth it? I'll just be, moving my legs nonstop throughout the night. I'll get no sleep. I'd rather that than, having an itchy anus and bloody eyeballs and or being dead. Come on. So it's either just people being dicks, why they don't adjust the volume, or it's lazy editing. And the reason why the dick marketing part of it is they think that it's just gonna, wow, it stands out. Car commercial. Come down to blah, blah, blah Ford and blah, blah Chevy Jeep. Right? And you're like, oh, I need a Jeep. I need a Chevy, blah, blah, blah. And they think it's going to stand out to you. Here's the thing that happens in my house once the commercial comes on and it's too loud. We used to just turn down the volume. Now we just hit mute. That's what you get. When you make them too loud, I hit mute. So, yeah, way to go, dummies. You're hurting yourself. The other reason for super loud commercials is lazy editing, and they could fix that, but they're just that's on the networks. That's also on the creator of the commercial. It's just like, just make it consistent. And even, how about this? You reach out to whoever you're dispersing this commercial to and be like, hey, just so you know, this is the common levels that we like to have it at. Are you fine with that? Okay. It's putting in a little effort, and it could actually end up benefiting you and your client. Okay. I'm just saying, don't be a dick. I like that California did that. That's great. Hey, real quick, Delete Me makes it easy, quick, and safe to remove your personal data online at a time when surveillance and data breaches are common enough to make everyone vulnerable. Data brokers make a profit off your data. They do. I don't like that. I don't like them at all. Your data is a commodity. Anyone on the web can buy your private details, which can lead to identity theft, phishing attempts, harassment. But now you can protect your privacy with Delete Me. And here's what's crazy. I've been a victim of it. Maybe you have too. It's so frustrating to try to correct it. Okay. And I don't know how many times this has happened to me. It's so frustrating. And I know so many people around me that have dealt with it. But you know what? Now you can take control and keep your data and your private life private by signing up for Delete Me now at a special discount for our listeners. Get 20% off your Delete Me plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/hit. Make sure you use that promo code HIT at checkout. And again, the only way to get 20% off is to go to joindeleteme.com/hit. Enter promo code HIT at checkout. Again, I'll say it one more time. Go to joindeleteme.com/hit and use that promo code HIT. Guys, what we should do now is jump into sports.
Going deep, tight ends and long balls.
He starts to come and then he pulls out.
Oh, gross!
It's sports with DeHuff.
Jerry Jones, you old wrinkly bastard, how are you? Well, not so well. He's being fined by the NFL for, quote-unquote, joking around by flipping off Dallas Cowboy fans. It was during the game against the Jets, and he's just like, yeah, flipping them off, right? But here's what's kind of cool. Jerry's appealing the fine. Good for him. Probably because everybody on the planet would love to be flipping off a Dallas Cowboys fan. Actually, Jerry, most people would want to be flipping you off. I'm going to say that. I think we can tolerate Cowboy fans. In fact, we sympathize for them. We feel bad for the Cowboy fans because they got to deal with you. Maybe you turn that finger around and shove it up your ass, Jerry. How about that? Am I right? Am I right? Yeah. Hey, maybe someone was mad at Jerry and they're giving him the business because there's not enough glory holes in the restrooms. Maybe that's the problem.
I want me some glory hole.
Maybe you might be onto something. Listen, I love a good glory hole. Okay, Connery, no. It's fun, though, because you can make your own. I was over at the bus stop the other day. Connery, no. I'm just saying you just have a small drill bit. Me, myself, use a large drill bit. No, we're not going down that path, okay? Jesus Christ. Yeah, so Jerry Jones. In a sense, I applaud him. If he was fucking around with his, his fans, maybe they're flipping him off, and he's like, you know what, fuck you. Here, suck on that. I have no problem with that. Did you see the Cardinals coach got fined like $100,000 because he, kind of smacked in the pads, the running back that dropped the ball at the goal line? Come on, man. No. And then he came out and apologized. Fuck you. No. It's a grown-ass man that fucked up at his job. He's lucky that his offensive alignment didn't just go up to that running back and break his jaw. Come on. He fucked up bad. If that guy ever does that again, he's dumb as shit. Dumb as shit. Joe Flacco was traded within the division. That's wild. That does not happen very often. He was traded from the Browns to the Bengals. And here's what's crazy. This happened yesterday, right after the show. Cincinnati is expecting him to play on Sunday. What a compliment to the big brains on Joe Flacco. It's hard to be a quarterback in the NFL. It's hard to be a quarterback at any level of sports, let alone, the NFL is just like a different breed. And then they're like, yeah, you come in, we signed you on Tuesday. Can you play on Sunday? You're going to know the playbook by then. Yep. Good. We're good. That's fucking awesome. Which, going back to the Browns, that means Shedeur Sanders is the number 2 QB behind Dylan Gabriel, which means there's a really good chance within the next couple of weeks that Shedeur Sanders is going to get a start for the Browns. And that's great news. It is. He better not shit the bed. I'm just saying that one, Scotty. Yeah, that's what I was about to say, too. I mean, you get this big opportunity, and then all of a sudden you're like, oops, I guess I don't have big balls. That's basically what could happen. I mean, there's so much hype around the Shedeur, proper uppers. They're the Shedeur fan club, myself included. That's a lot of pressure on Shedeur to go out there. You get it's a lot different than preseason. Now, that being said, he did go against the starters when he made his first start in preseason. But here's the thing. You go out there, that's a lot of pressure for you not to fuck up. So that's going to be very interesting to see if Shedeur actually gets a start. If Dylan Gabriel goes out there and has a, mediocre or piss poor game, expect the next week for Shedeur to get all the reps in practice, with the first team, and then he'll get the start the following game. So that's good. Congratulations to Joe Flacco. I mean, that just tells you how fucking smart he is. Speaking of smart and amazing, Nik Bonitto has been named AFC Defensive Player of the Week for the first time in his career. Denver Broncos have a legit gem on their hands when it comes to Nik Bonitto. Just phenomenal. Then I was thinking, who are the best pro players that are currently playing in Colorado right now? It's got to be Nikola Jokic. You can make a case for Bo Nix, although I still kind of iffy. Nik Bonitto definitely on there. I asked on Twitter. Kevin said Alex Singleton. Yeah, he's a stud. Avs Junkie said McKinnon and McCarr, joint parade or bust. Kale McCarr and Nathan McKinnon. Yeah. Then one guy named Christopher was like, "That's bait. That's bait." Because I asked, who are the best in Colorado? I'm like, yes, it is. That's correct. Are you new to the internet? That's what articles are for. That's what the headlines are for. It's bait to get you to consume it. On social media, whatever I post, I'm hoping that you guys will interact with it. That's what social media is. Jesus Christ. Were you dropped on your head as a child? Yes, he was. He was. Hold on, guys. Let's jump into the mailbag.
Mailbag. You've got mail.
God, it is hot in here. I am literally sweating. Oh, I don't like it. My wife's probably upstairs going, "Oh, it's so comfortable in here. Oh, it's like we're on the beach." Yeah, fucking hot beach. Terrible. I'd rather be on the shoreline of Antarctica. That'd be so much better. Kevin wrote, "Hey, if you were covering the Broncos in London right now, what would be he said, what would the DeHuff spin be?" It's funny because you sent me that, Kevin, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." Because everybody's going to do the same shit. They're like, "Let's try a London cuisine. Let's go see, Buckingham Palace. Let's go see, all the touristy stuff." That's what's going to happen. Nothing that is true. I want to go to the underbelly, right? The underbelly of London, like the brothels, Scotty. Yes, the brothels. Okay. How about the crack houses, Scotty? Probably not, but maybe, I guess. How about this, Scotty? Libraries. What? How is that the underbelly of London? No, I just thought it'd be fascinating. Listen, fuck, man, I'm a fan of architecture, okay? And a good book, you uncultured twats, okay? That's London speak for fuck you. Okay, all right. Okay. Yeah, I would try to be a little bit more creative with it than what everybody else does. That's what I would try to do. But classic media, if you're following them, if they're out there, the majority, I would say 99% of them out there are going to do the same basic shit. It's either going to be they're not doing anything creative around with their surroundings. Like, hey, we're in London. Let's go do something, and they're just going to be covering the game. That's boring. Why the fuck are you even out there? Or two, like I said, they're just going to do very touristy stuff, which will get them clicks and stuff, but it's not as creative in my mind. This was sent to me. He sent me this via email, but he signed it with a funny name. One to remember. He said, society is falling. Farting is a hot trend on Twitter. It is. And that's the dumbest fucking example of our society. What the hell? Let's see where it's ranked right now. It probably fell off by the time I did this. It's 15th. Why? Why? Oh my God. I don't understand people. Then when you click on it, and it's just people making dumb comments about farting. We are a dumb fucking society. Dolly Parton just posted, she's like, I ain't dead yet. Okay, because apparently she was sick, but now she's feeling good. God, she still looks good. Holy cow. Holy cow. She's fantastic looking. My goodness gracious, she is perky as all could be. Connery, Jesus Christ. Sorry, I got lost in the computer. This computer machine is fantastic. Okay, anyway, yeah, Dolly Parton. Apparently she's doing good. There's rumors coming out that she was really sick. But apparently she's fine. Now you can rest easy. You're welcome. Guys, thank you so much for joining the show. Remember, tomorrow is going to be a very, very interactive show. If you can participate at DeHuff Podcast, you can either hit me up on my timeline or in my direct message, or you can get me on my email, dehuffpodcast@gmail.com. Either way, or on Spotify. A lot of people are starting to comment on Spotify, so go do that. You can click on a recent episode and react to the episode or say something funny or whatever floats your boat, whatever gets the cream in your Twinkie, I guess. But anyway, thank you guys so much for supporting the show. Really do appreciate it, whether it's listening or watching. I'm sorry if today was kind of a drag. I'm really freaking hot. It's ridiculous. I don't want to do another show with my shirt off. I don't. Got a lot of traction on that show, all for the wrong reasons. People are just looking at me as an object, okay? I don't like that. I don't like it. Look at his hairy body. Look at it. Oh, my gosh. My goodness. Is the humidity turned up in here or what? No, don't want to do that. Hey, big thanks to Delete Me. Go check them out at joindeleteme.com/hit and use that promo code HIT at checkout to get that 20% off your Delete Me plan. Guys, you're amazing. Have a wonderful day. Let's continue to move forward. I'll talk to you next time.